YouTube land. Hope you guys are all having a good day, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is. This is another Unsafe at Any Speed live stream, during which I hope to encounter some of the miraculous driving pigs and just otherwise babble inanely. Although, I would imagine you can't be having a worse day than one time United States President Donald Trump hasn't been sentenced yet, but he is now officially a convicted felon since a jury of his peers found him guilty for, or guilty of, stuff. I don't really know how else one could describe it, since, well, I need to read up on it some more, but during this whole Donald Trump thing, my general position was, it's kind of silly to say that the U.S. is a banana republic and the court is just the courts are just there to take out political enemies of the pretend liberals that we have running much of the country. Now I'm so sure that is as ridiculous, because what the hell? How can you tell a jury that is supposed to have a unanimous verdict that whatever you guys want to view as the underlying charges, that's perfectly fine. So long as you don't have to agree on the exact details, you just kind of have to agree that it was something criminal. Doesn't really matter what. Guys, just go for it. Hey there. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a good evening. But maybe this isn't Cuban-style dictatorship. We're gonna have Joe Biden hand the reins of power over to his crackhead son instead of actually losing the election, because there won't be one. I don't think we're anywhere near that, but it is awfully ridiculous that guilty verdict against Donald Trump. And I'm sure as hell no Donald Trump fan, but those jury instructions, those are something else. Something is seriously wrong with New York state law, it would seem to me. And the whole thing just seems screwed up. Yeah. Let's just find guilty of whatever, just so we can get it to turn into felonies instead of misdemeanors. Yeah. Ridiculous. He is guilty of falsifying business records. Well, yeah, except how? How are they criminal? Did the jury agree on that? They don't have to, because it was whatever they damn well felt like according to the instructions. Just whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. Let's see. But hi, Surrender Monkey. Welcome. He is a criminal, Steve. Well, maybe. Or he was railroaded by a corrupt judiciary and laws that aren't really laws. But it doesn't make a huge difference to me as far as the election goes, because I was never going to vote for him anyway. Although, I don't know, now I'm tempted. It's a very small temptation, but more tempted than I was before. There's still no way in freaking hell that I'd ever vote for Joe Biden, lying sack of shit that he is. Who else is there? Don't want to look at it too closely because I don't want to take my eyes off the road. Well, in slightly happier news, next week might be the week I buy the new house, or put the down payment down on the new house, and then I'm locked into a mortgage for the next decade. I'm going to try to pay it down quicker than that, of course, but time will tell. They still have to fix a little bit of the plumbing. They still have to... Actually, they finally did put in the appliances that were supposed to be part of the deal and weren't, but they addressed that today at the very last minute. So next week is when it looks like the deal will be sealed and I will have a much longer commute to work. But I will be in my own place, so that's something at least. I need to review the new Nevada judge's video. Okay? I saw something about it. They had an entire panel about our good friend Chilito. So yeah, maybe I do have to look. Maybe I do have to check that out. I need to vote for Putin. Well, yeah. That New York verdict feels almost like it's a Russian court of quote justice. Hey Kelly, welcome. Yeah. Maybe that's something for Sunday night. Or very late Saturday. Or very late Friday. Probably very late Friday actually, now I'm thinking about it. Well, we'll see. If the usual Friday event wraps up early and I'm not too tired, then maybe that or some Guild Wars. I don't know. A few Nevada attorneys chat. Okay, that should be interesting. Yep. Afro Man 2024. That's my candidate. Well, or me. You have a nice slogan. Believe in Steve 2024. Vote for me, everybody. I'll pretend to pay attention just like Joe Biden. How about that? Let's see. You need to hide from Trump. Well, unfortunately, I'm going on about Trump. Just because I didn't really realize what had happened until about, an hour and a half ago or so. It's been that kind of day. It's been hurry up and wait. But the wait was, okay, we really got to wait. There's kind of no slacking. Cascading paperwork failure, which was kind of a... because something small went sideways every step of the way during a particular process. And then it kind of started blowing back and people became aware, wait a minute, why is this turning out like that when every document says it should be this? I mean, ultimately it was, everything turned out basically the way it was supposed to, and only one person was a little bit irritated at the end, but ultimately the whole failure began and ended with that person that was upset at the end. So it was kind of justice, even though it caused me to run around and scratch my head and go, what the hell is going on with this thing? Why is this the way it is? This can't possibly be right. But I had a very tiny part in the whole chaos in that I forgot to log something. But actually, that also helped shortcut the problem, because it, sort of got me running around going, this is an issue, this is an issue. Oh boy. But a happy end. Then tomorrow morning I just have the Friday meeting, and then it's my weekend. Woohoo! Gonna finish the last mermaid art pack and get that out. And then probably just unwind. Well, no, I gotta go look at the new house. Gotta go check something out there on Friday afternoon. But we'll enjoy, hopefully, unless I get a phone call I don't want to get. Hopefully Saturday afternoon I will just be watching an episode of Tales of Tomorrow starring Leslie Nielsen, back when he played dramatic roles, and actually he's quite good. He's an author who is basically a ghostwriter for some supernatural entity. So yeah, it's called The Ghostwriter. And then afterwards, it's one of my favorite movies at 3 o'clock, The Death Kiss. It's got David Manners, it's got Bela Lugosi, and I think Adrian Ames is playing the female lead, but I don't remember and haven't had a chance to verify my memory, whether I'm misremembering. And once again, to everybody in the side chat, I'm very sorry that I am not reacting, but I really don't want to. Well, I would want to, I would like to, but I can't because it's too small. I don't want to take my eyes off the road for too long, because I don't want to kill myself or anybody else. Yeah, I hope so too. Looks like the money is locked in. Looks like I'm hoping I didn't misinterpret the floor plans and the layouts, and that I'll still be able to get my stuff in there, even though I'm looking at many of my books and games and going, should I finally sell off some of these things instead of moving them? Should I just find a place to sell them? Which would necessitate, take a little bit of the nervousness that did I misinterpret the floor plan? Is the office really as big as I thought it was? Is the bedroom as big as I thought it was? I mean, the living room is. I mean, well, I hope so. But we'll see. It's fewer stairs than where I'm presently living. Same amount of entrances and exits, though. Door on either side, so when they come for me, I'll be able to run out one of the other doors. Well, assuming they're not at both doors. Reason. So is there a spare room or Murphy bed? Well, there's a big couch. Hi, there's the couch. And actually, there is a second kind of mattress on the bed. So conceivably I have two beds in one, because but yeah, and someone wants to come by, there's always the couch. But let's see. I'm in my driveway. We'll be at this place in another month or so, and then I will be somewhere south of here. We'll probably bitch about the commute. My husband regrets selling his collection because you moved beyond it. Yeah, well, that's the thing. One of these things I haven't looked at literally in years. Except when I was looking at the box, I went, "Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good stuff. I don't want to get rid of this. These are good. This is a good series. Wow, that's kind of a weird shadow that I've got going on today." Did you get built-in hidden rooms? Unfortunately, Surrender Monkey, there were no hidden rooms. The house I really, really wish I could have afforded years and years ago, when I was in my teens. It was on a hillside way above Salt Lake City at the top of what's called the Avenues. And part of the house was built into the hillside. And you couldn't see it unless you were out by the pool. Then there was windows and a door in, but everywhere else it was this hidden hallway with 3 rooms on it. Because the door into that section was off of what looked to be a sort of an activities room off of the pool. And the door matched the paneling. It was kind of hard to see unless you were looking for it. So it would have been cool. What about the cats? Oh, the cats are going to be there. The cats are coming. You bet they're coming. They adjusted to my current place immediately, so hopefully they'll do the same with the new place. Basically, I need to buy you a spare Flophouse suite. Got it. Well, the place does come with 2 sheds, and I finally got into the shed that was padlocked. Well, just cut off the lock. There you go, even though the deal hadn't closed yet. And so despite my dreams of there being, bodies wrapped up in tarps that have been left there by the Russian mob, turns out I also have purchased a couple of lawnmowers and a bunch of tools. Unless they were in there, they were, the people who were fixing up the place, unless it belonged to them, and then of course they're gone. But if they're not gone, yeah, now I will end up, part of the deal, bunch of tools, a couple of lawnmowers. Don't know if they work or not. I will find out eventually, I'm sure. But so tiny home accessible. Woot, yeah. Actually, the shed that's sort of part of the carport, I think it's probably about the size of a tiny home. So yeah, you could certainly come and live in the tiny home. But there's no real. I mean, I think it's funny. There's lawnmowers because there's no real lawn to speak of. There's no real yard to speak of. And there's still more yard than I would like. There's a little plot out front, a little plot in the back, and then there's a strip along one of the sides. Actually, both of the sides, I think. But soon they'll be covered in rock. Yeah, you're right. Wait, said Surrender Monkey. How will you find your way home now? You seem to struggle getting home at night as it is. Is your plan to abandon YouTube? Probably not. Although for a while, I will be using the Magic Genie in the smartphone to guide my path. But it actually is pretty straight. Freeway is pretty simple. It's just when you get off the freeway, there's a couple of places where I'm not quite sure about the direction yet. But but yeah, we'll see what happens there. Yeah, hi Liz. I appreciate that whole notion too. Just because I don't want to do the yard work. Um, and the neighbors across the street, they already have done that with their yard, so it's not something that will, you know, take off the neighbors unless I, do something silly like I'm going to bring in 5 tons of cat gravel and just pour it everywhere. They might not appreciate that. Well, that would probably make for one of those a good YouTube prank video. All right, I should probably get inside. Um, but let's see if I missed anything here in the chat. Let's see. Surrender Monkey has enough beer to kick his own ass. I get too happy with Trump derangement syndrome. Actually, I wonder if I should put my Trump derangement self-help packet back up online for sale with the comics and the role-playing game rules. I don't know. Maybe I should look at it. Maybe it's too dated. Maybe I need to do a Trump adventure where, uh, no, it's what was that movie? Was it Sylvester Stallone that was in it? He was a guy that tested security systems and then thrown in jail. Um, what was that? Jailbreak? Was that the name of the thing? No, that was a TV series. But yeah, maybe we do one of those with featuring Donald Trump as a character you play, and you gotta escape from. The market would be so tiny that it might not even be worth doing. But Donald Trump and Chilito team up to escape from the torture dungeon that they are put in, because they're both, uh, illegitimately imprisoned. And Kelly, thank you for the house, for the congratulations. I should have done this 20 years ago. I may have mentioned this before, but um, I grew up kind of nomadic. I spent my 20s and into my 30s sort of making major moves, literally one side of the country to the other every 2-3 years. But when I got to Washington State, the wonderful weather, uh, steady employment, um, suddenly 25 years went by and I lived here longer than I had my entire life. I mean, I decided this is where I wanted to stay and this is where I was planning to stay. But in the back of my mind, it was always, even though I kept accumulating more and more stuff, that's why I now have boxes and boxes of books and comic books as I'm packing things up. And it's still in the back of my mind, it was, well, I'm going to be moving. So yeah, I just finally decided, you know what? Enough with the rent, enough with all of that. I'm buying a place. Of course, I couldn't afford anything up here in the Seattle area. Uh, let's see. Hi, Kelly. Trump bullshit. Let's see. 34 times, which is nice. Oh, Surrender Monkey. Did he get convicted 34 times? Did he get all the votes in a landslide? It seems more to me like it was election fraud. But I don't know. Could just be they need to do something about very badly written laws in New York State. And Liz, I need to look at the jury instructions as well. Um, Now I've got this thing here up again. I don't know how to get rid of it. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Guilty of he's a criminal, Steve. Yeah, read that. Okay. So I've seen everybody's chats now. Yeah, that is a major flaw with the place. That I could always claim there's hidden rooms. Actually, I should do that, huh? I should claim the house is much bigger than it is and claim there are hidden rooms. That way I could be the center of a YouTube scandal. I'm hoping, I mean, no one ever puts me in the middle of a YouTube scandal. I'm feeling kind of left out. Let's see. Kelly is hiding. Okay, that's good. After getting you a giant YouTube pad. Yeah. There you go. My God, can you imagine the hilarity from a Chilean Trump torture cuffs jail escapes? Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here and it's running through my mind that would be funny as hell, especially even more hilarious because of the people it might piss off, and that would be uh, huffing and puffing and engaging in dumb threats. I mean, it's been like since 2014 or 13 since I've done anything like that. So, but again, I'm afraid that there just won't be enough of an audience despite Chilito's claims to be so famous, and despite him looming large in our little corner of the universe, he's a nobody. He is just a complete and total nobody. My profile is probably smaller than his, but his profile is not as big as he likes to pretend. Elenies walking to the village of the bakers early like. I don't know what that means. I know what that means. Jaffa cakes. We'll need to buy you the wallpaper murals that look like the other rooms. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I think this is the first time I've chatted since the WNN collapse. I miss what actually happened in the end. What did happen? Surrender Monkey? I don't think that there's been any major, the House of Usher has not fallen in on itself. Charlton Heston has not yelled, "You bastards," at the broken Statue of Liberty. There's been no kind of climactic moment that I've seen. Dan seems to have dropped off the face of YouTube. I saw a very interview. I think, who was that? What channel was I watching? Shuggy was on there. Was it Irish Demon he was talking to? Who was? I had some channel on because Shuggy was there, and Shuggy was talking about how the Welch News Network panel, when all of this started coming out, when Irish Demon did his thing, must have been Irish Demon, because they were also talking about who that mystery guest that Irish Demon kept referring to during that stream. Yes, Liz, thank you. It was Irish, yeah. And how it was Shuggy that was the mystery guest that was hanging around that he made references to during his visit to what has turned out to be Dan's front door. But anyhow, the panel had basically asked Dan, "Hey, can you please in on what's going on?" I guess they gave him deadlines based on what Shuggy said, or dates by which to communicate with them, and it's been radio silence. So, yeah, yeah. There's really been no big finale. So, again, unless I've missed something, because uh, it's been, well, between work and work and house paper and random stuff. It's been a time. So yeah, if anybody knows something that I haven't just covered, yeah, please let us know. Let's see. I think today was the final date in passing. Oh, okay. Today was the final date. Okay. You're walking at 7:12 in the morning. You are a crazy person. Although, I guess I've been getting up around that time lately, so I'm a crazy person too. Uh, Especially after going to bed around 2 or 3 a.m. Okay. Yeah, it was Irish Demon. Yeah, I just couldn't remember because, again, these things are mostly running in the background while I'm doing other stuff. Uh, but yeah, I think the most amusing part of that whole stream was the gag that Irish Demon pulled on him and his girlfriend. I mean, on Shuggy and Irish Demon's girlfriend, where they had gone to the pub near Dan's alleged castle, and the Irish Demon went in, they came back out, and claimed to have seen Dan's picture hanging behind the bar. And yeah, it was funny. Alan lives in a place where walking places are close and accessible. Yeah, Liz, actually, I kind of miss those places. Haven't lived in anywhere like that since Salt Lake City, and even Salt Lake City was not as good as the places I lived in Denmark and elsewhere, where you could, yeah, everything was within walking distance. School, shops, everything. Um, Bars, although I wasn't old enough to go to bars at the time. Let's see. Shredder Monkey. So he donated 50 pounds to the St. Jude Hospital thing. Not sure if he stole it. I know he didn't match it like he said he would, the dick. Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's always a shame, I kind of liked him. Uh I didn't believe much of the stories that he would tell, and as amused I was with the drunken vet groundskeeper and the driving around in the golf cart and falling off it. The whole thing just sounded over the top. Same thing with the war stories; they sounded over the top. So I wrote them off as just shtick, similar to the whole graveyard around the castle and throwing people off the parapets and what have you. But yeah, the only the only sort of charities that I donate to are either I'm donating through people I know directly, I talk to them directly, and they are directly associated with the charity in question. Um, or I just don't do it. I mean, people show up on my door, and I'm selling. Actually, I haven't seen any of those in years. The people that are saying, "Oh, I'm selling candy bars to help pay for college," or "I'm selling magazine subscriptions to help pay for college." Yeah, I mean, they might have been legit. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of charities I donate to, but I know people who are involved. So there you go. Let's see, Kelly. I believe there's receipts for the St. Jude's on Dan's side of Becca's Discord. Oh, actually, I it's been popping up on my screen. Uh, that's I keep seeing people saying, "Oh, where's Becca? Where's Becca? Becca's hiding just like Dan." Well, she seems to be on Discord because I get pop-ups that say that she's, you know, she's, uh, Becca, whatever, has mentioned you on Discord. I find it inconceivable that her or anybody, I get them from Jim too. Jim Finch has mentioned you on Discord. I'm assuming that when they do that, it is, they like hashtag everybody or something because when I go look, there's dozens and dozens of posts, and I can't find, I can't do the ego boo or the ego search and find myself being referenced because I don't think it's happening. Let's see, Surrender Monkey. Fair enough. I did kind of donate to see if Dan would match, but then forgot to check. Okay, yeah. Some of it was true. Some of it was true BS, and some of it was true BS, and we could take that as the funniest. The other stuff makes me mad because he took everyone for a ride. Well, yeah, yeah. Why would she come out to be accused? Yeah, Kelly, that's exactly right. Why would she come out to be accused and hammered? I'd stay away too. Yeah, so would I probably. Uh, there are a whole lot of assholes running around on YouTube and elsewhere for that matter. Um, yeah, yeah. Just yeah, just staying out of the line of fire is probably the better way to do it. And Liz, I honestly think Becca's still trying to untangle it all. Yeah, that could also be. You knew he was a young sea cadet in Berlin when the Berlin Wall fell. Well, I I missed that story, but if I'd heard it, that would have gone in the bin of yeah, okay, sure. Um, as in that, yeah, that's just more made up stuff. Um, unless he's some sort of Soviet double agent, and the Navy he was in. Wait, does Berlin even have? Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. There were U.S. naval personnel stationed in Jutland in Denmark, as far away from the water as you could get on that peninsula, except for the small lake that was nearby, where we joked that their submarine was parked. But yeah, so I guess Navy people could be way, way, way far away from land. Um, Yeah, I will admit I can't wrap my mind around the long distance internet relationships personally, but that's just me. So I don't know. Seems like you can't really trust people that you meet online, frankly. Although you can always trust me. I mean, I always tell the truth. I never lie or fabricate about. No, sir, not me. Everything is true. Everything I tell you is true, including what I just told you. That's the most truest truth of truthiness that you'll ever hear. That I always tell the truth. Yes, indeed. So I'm exact. Yeah. hmm Believe me. Believe me. Um, Want something close to my heart. As a four-star instructor with the Army Cadets, it took a lot of hard work. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, where I personally started going, okay, this is all just stories and and stuff was when, oh yeah, Blue Bear's gonna come over and be my personal security guard. Uh, that's gonna take some time to make work, and they were talking about it like it was already happening and had happened. Uh, all right, Kelly. Hopefully it's not something bad, although it at midnight that's not a good thing. Dang, even your phone and stream didn't believe that. It flipped out over that. Isn't this not the face of an honest man? Of course it is. Yeah, yeah, no, I. Believe me. Trust me. Believe in Steve 2024. Vote for me, people. Vote for me. I am the hope of the future. I am the old white guy that won't lie. There you go. Another good slogan. I'm the old white guy who won't lie. I will always tell you the truth. Bakery goods purchased. Okay. I'd say share, but you're too far away. Exactly. If I say something is true, I may say it in an incredibly stupid way, but why lie? Well, yeah. Well, if you're gonna lie, you're gonna have to, frankly, script your lies out. That's my take on it. You got to script your lie. You got to script your lies out, and I think you'd have to try to make lies. Well, no, I really don't know how you do it, frankly. Well, what you don't do is go on a platform where hundreds of thousands of people can look at your lies and examine your lies and then ultimately pick them apart. If you're going to be a con man and a liar, you probably want to keep it on a smaller scale, which I don't know. Part of me is also thinking that if he really was lying and intending to con people, and that was the objective, is YouTube really the best forum to do that? The best vehicle to do that? I mean, I don't know. I don't quite I don't quite have that mind, so let's see. Liz says my take on that. From my take, Dan was sending Blue Bear actual information detailing how he could be Blue Bear and family there. Well, okay. Yeah, well, that could be. How I could bring Blue Bear and family there. Or how he could be Blue Bear and family. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that would make sense based on some of the exchanges that I saw. But that's when it real when well, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm still, like I said, I'm still the mindset that he was helpful to me when I was stumbling around, getting my YouTube channel started, and still stumbling around. But now, there's a channel, and even though the views are on like 80% of the views are on the same movie, which unfortunately only Paramount gets YouTube ad revenue from. But hundreds of people have also subscribed to the channel because of that one movie. So yeah, yay! And seeing that, I'd have to go back and look at, about how Welsh News Network bought subscriptions and bought views and all this stuff. In the last 3 months, 2 months, I went from 1,300 subscribers to 1,900. For me, that's incredibly fast growth. And as I said, I can track it back to one of the films that I've been putting up on Saturdays. For a while there, Dan was putting up films. I still don't know how in the hell some of those films he put up there can still be up there. But okay, it's, maybe he's better at doing the research than I am. I don't know. But what I've seen, my growth, I can easily see that some of those films, probably, if they're having the same 20, 30,000 views that this one film is getting, if he was getting sort of residual residual what's what I'm looking for here. Oh my God. Just overflow from the people watching that one movie. They subscribe to the channel hoping that something else will come up that they like. There have been plenty of channels that made vast amounts of money that have taken advantage of people that got taken down by others. Yeah, well, again, it's not the best place to run cons unless you can get a lot of money really, really fast and then run away. And then, so you still have the, your fresh face and clean, more or less clean reputation to start over somewhere else. Liz, yeah, but look at the mirroring bots that used to show up even in your streams. Yeah, okay. That's a valid point. And were they Dan's home movies? Dan stealing chickens while no, it's mostly war movies, I think. Like I said, I haven't really looked that closely at them. Partly because some of them were running when I was putting up my films, which is kind of why I shifted the time around a bit. Which was mild to me. It was again, it's YouTube. People do whatever they want with their channel. To me, it was mildly annoying because putting up the films and the little TV shows, that was actually in the back of my mind from the very beginning when I started doing the YouTube stuff, because it would tie in with the Shades of Grey blog. Of course, partly because I do these live streams, and partly because it's just I just haven't had the sort of bandwidth to write a whole lot of reviews lately. The last year, I guess. So I haven't done the reviews that supposed to go with the movies that are showing up on the channel. But that was always part of it. And so when WNN started putting up films and it annoyed me that they would go up on the same day and overlap with the time slot that I was putting my films up. So I shifted things around a bit. So I never did see a lot of those. And plus, some of the genres, not my thing. Oh, hey Hank, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, uh, how are things going in your neck of the woods? Surrender Monkey asked about. Let's see. Surrender Monkey. I did go on when they were naval films to mock Dan. Oh. Well, no, I guess you have come by some of my films too. So, don't know whether you mocked me or not. I've been missing my own damn movies lately just because of crap. Too much work. Too much damn work. And yes, Hank, welcome. We have been talking a bit about your former YouTube home and collaborators, current collaborators. I don't know, because Surrender Monkey had questions, and then it evolved into that. And you did miss me establishing the truth that I am an always honest person that will never ever tell you any falsehoods at all. Believe in Steve 2024. Vote for me, please. I don't mock you on the film streams. I go to see Curry. Yes, yes. And I need to find a better time slot because the one right now that it's running in is too early for Carrie. So that's why she's not showing up anymore. It's like 7 a.m. Australian time because they exist in everybody else's future. So it's 7 a.m. the next day when I'm running them at 3 o'clock my time. But just right now, with the way things are just kind of falling schedule-wise, it's the only time I get to watch them, and they're up there for me to watch. Let's see. FYD. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I need to. Yeah, I need to make it so if she feels so inclined, she can come. She can keep coming around. We need a filter that shines stars every time you tell that lie about truth telling. I can only make that happen when I'm not. Actually, there might even be a way to do it on the phone. I'll look into that. That's cute. Maybe that should be a thing. But what all should be a thing is, and I've said this before, but now I got to be serious about it. I need to wrap this up. It's too bad because Hank has shown up, and I wish I could hang out more with Hank. But it's early Friday morning meeting time again, so had a respite last week, but this week it's back on, so got to get up early. So got to wrap this up. Thank you guys for hanging out, and especially you, Hank. Again, sorry that. A rainbow. There you go. But yeah, thanks for stopping in, Hank. It's been a long time. I appreciate you dropping in. Just leave your phone on, and we can chat to Hank. We don't mind. Well, Hey, sure. We'll run out of juice eventually. Um, it was confusing with the front row seat. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, and you could also blame Alan Alaniz for this because the talk of bakery goods has kind of made me a little hungry. So I need to make sure I keep my belly nice and big, uh, and go get myself some, you know, hopefully something's left in the fridge and I can pull something out. But um, or here's an even better idea. Hank can go and start a live stream on his channel. You guys can all run over there, and then I can pop in and hang out. Uh, or jump in Discord chat. There you go. Yep. Okay. Well, anyhow, guys, thank you again, Hank. Hopefully, some other evening you'll be able to come by, or Saturday afternoon. If you're not doing anything this coming Saturday, stop by. Watch an old movie with Bela Lugosi and David Manners in it. It's one of my favorites. Hopefully, other people like it too. The Death Kiss. So 3 o'clock this Saturday. Uh, Meanwhile, I will. Oh, you were just up for puppy break. Okay. See you guys. Have a good night and have a good Friday. I can figure out how to turn this off. There we go. Yes. Bye bye.